We have an SJSU head coach, Tim Miles. Coach, how are you doing?
Doing great. Loving media day. It's always fun.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. You know, you guys are doing most influence. Just go right to the chase. Too high or too low?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's probably where we deserve to be with so many new players and things like that. As you look forward to it, you know, I think being an upstart, you look at Utah State was picked way toward the bottom. We won the league last year.
Right.
That's kind of your model, right? How do we make that big jump? And I think we've got a lot of real competitive guys. We've got a better front line, a little more physicality. So I'm excited about the opportunity to make that jump.
Definitely. Obviously, you guys are by the portal, and you guys bring in a lot of veterans. Bring in Donovan Yap, Will McClendon, Josh DJ. You guys have played in the Mountain West. Was that kind of your approach coming into the offseason? Okay, right towards the front court as well. That was the weakness last year.
No doubt. Yeah, so the transfer portal door swings both ways.
Right.
So if you exit, you can still enter. So the good news is, as we look at it, we needed help on the front line, and we did. We beefed up at the 3, 4, and 5, and I'm happy about that. I like where we're at. Rob Viola is back. He's a real physical player. I think he's going to be a double guy in the Mountain West. He's really important. But like you say, those guards, Josh Uduje, Will McClendon, Donovan Yap are going to have to be good for us. But we still have some returners, you know. Latrell Davis, I think, who really was an emerging guy at the end of last year. I think he's going to build off that and be better this year.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a player, at least like within the Skinner area that we were talking about. Like, man, this is a guy that has, you know, as a freshman, has a chance to really be something special. We saw that down the stretch of the season. His motor is just insane, right? I was just saying, like, maybe you can agree with this. You know, his 0 to 60 speed is insane, but like if he could hit the brakes a little bit and, you know, slow things down, man.
He's all gas, no brakes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's going. When he gets the ball in a transition situation, he's going. And I think what I love about him is that he does have that warrior mentality that I'm going to go at all costs, and I love that. Granted, there are times we'd like to make a little bit of a better decision, but he is he's kind of epitomizes that get after it kind of mentality. I'm going to go 100 miles an hour, and I love that.
And you know, I feel like you know, for San Jose State, they're kind of always the underdog.
Sure.
You know, they're always the underdog. They're never going to get counted out. But you know, obviously with last year, you guys couldn't catch it back.
No.
And, I put my head in it. Boise tough.
UNLV.
San Diego State, especially the ball game.
Yeah.
The ball game, because I feel like, you know, like for last year, I feel like that was the chance to really get the heavyweights.
We just fell short the last a couple minutes of each game. We were a little bit mismatched just with the lack of size and physicality, and that almost hurt us in all of those events, which is why we went and beefed up this year.
Right.
I really admired that team last year for sticking with it. I mean, you look at the Mountain West tournament, and we go toe-to-toe with Colorado State. It's a heck of a game. They make a 3 right down at the end with just a minute or 2 left in the game. And our kids battled, and they gave their heart and soul. And they did not catch a break, whether it be injury, illness, foul trouble, you name it. Nothing really went their way, but they kept fighting the good fight.
Most definitely, you know, and we saw the freshmen really get some opportunities last year. Let's talk about Christian White. We saw the rotation towards conference, and then, you know, we kind of really saw, you know, his capabilities that he could present down low in the post. How is he looking here?
Yeah. So Christian, again, I agree. His athleticism and his motor are things that I admire. He can block a shot, he can get to a rebound. He really is got that live wire. He's a local kid. I love that too. He blew his ACL late in the summer, and so he had to have reconstructive surgery, so he's not going to be available all season. So that's a tough one for us. We just made the announcement, and but he's a young guy that I look for. He's got a bright future.
Definitely. I feel like a lot of Spartan fans don't know, but like when you came in here in year one, obviously year one was a complete rebuild, but yeah, I think we gotta remind people that you won your first ever game as a San Jose State.
Yeah,
it was a buzzer beater.
Yeah, it was my 400th career win too.
Yeah.
My dad was at the game, and Trey Smith got an offensive rebound, and hit a little floater right above. We blew a lead. We had like a 7-point lead against Cal State Fullerton. But there was nothing better than that. In fact, I remember a semester we awarded Trey Smith a scholarship because he'd been a walk-on. I'm like, it's not just for making that shot. That was pretty good.
Yeah. And I want to talk about the non-conference schedule a little bit because we get into all this metric system, quad 1, quad 2, the net, and all of that stuff that we use to evaluate teams now. Is it a little bit difficult to kind of schedule these games because I feel like a lot of people don't know the actual seeds test that maybe the average fan.
Yeah. So what you try and do is like when we do our schedule, we plot it out and we try and look about it at a 3-year average of guys. Like, okay, what is this tournament we're going to play Long Beach and Greensboro and UTEP or whoever. Where do those guys fall into the quad system? Like what kind of we get quad 2 games and it varies whether you play at home, away, or on a neutral court. So you try you're trying to do educated guesses all the time on your schedule. And the quad 1 games are the most difficult to get outside of your conference. You're going to get what you get in your conference. But now when you're trying to schedule accordingly, it's a tough deal. And it's an important deal because it goes to that at-large scheduling for the NCAA tournament, the NIT.
Yeah. And I'm curious to get your perspective on the whole computers and analytics and all that stuff. Are you a big guy are you like an all numbers guy, or are you kind of like
I'm committed to the numbers. There's no doubt. I'm more committed to the numbers than I'm outside of them. I think I was one of the first guys to start using the KenPom site when I was at North Dakota State in like 2005 or 4. I was one of the first subscribers and talked about rebounding rate, turnover rate, and effective field goal percentage, and people looked at me like I was nuts. that was one of the things. But what I found when you're teaching your players, they don't want to be weighed down by all those analytics. Right. So you got to know how to use it and nuance it and use it effectively for them.
Yeah. That was your camera right now. Everyone. That's the evaluation tool now, right?
100%.
Yeah. Before we let you go, for San Jose State and the event center, there's been like some big time names that have came in. There's some local supporters, some celebrities. We saw Ronnie Lyon during one of the games. What is it going to take for some students?
I think the students I want them to realize they make a difference. Like the students can affect winning and losing. You show up and you bring energy and you cheer your team and you maybe give the other team a hard time in the right ways, right? But it really lifts up the player's performance and it gives life to that whole thing. And it's a fun event. You only have so many years to just show up, go for free, hang out with your friends, do whatever before and after the game, cheer like crazy, and pretty soon those times are gone. You're working and you're trying to beat the commute, you're trying to get home, and that's no fun. So go and enjoy it while you can and make a difference in the whole thing. We need our students, 100%.
There you have it. SJSU men's basketball head coach Tim Miles.
Thanks for having me.